Done. Okay, done, guys. In the previous class, we are discussing about the data cleaning, and let us treat the practical part of data cleaning today. And in this data cleaning, the first one, okay, as we have discussed, multiple. What are the multiple things we have discussed? Missing values, treating the wrong data type, duplicates, missing values, outliers, along with the unimportant columns. So these are the things. So in today's class, we are going to discuss each of them. Now, so first, for everything, what are the treatment we are doing? The treatment comes under part of the data cleaning, which is part of data pre-processing. But observing and extracting means separating. These two are the part of data exploration. So here, don't confuse unnecessarily between these two. The first one is data exploration. And within the data exploration, you are going to identify. This is separate. Identify the problem. What are the problems are there? Identify and separating the data. That is selecting or separating or extracting. Okay, separating or extracting. These three are the part of data exploration. And whatever the data cleaning we are doing now, this is the part of data pre-processing. This is part of data pre-processing. It is not part of data exploration. It is part of data pre-processing. So don't confuse between both of them. And while doing the project, you have to do the first data exploration separately. Then you have to do the data cleaning. Okay. Separately, you have to do the data cleaning, guys. Don't confuse unnecessarily with the both of them. Okay. Again, I'm saying many students will do the common mistake. What is a common mistake? Miss? They will identify, immediately they will treat. Identify, treat, identify, treat, identify, treat. Means first they will see the wrong data. Immediately they will treat the wrong data. Identify the wrong data type. Immediately they will do the treatment. It is not like that. First you have to identify each of them. Sir, for example, for example, let us assume there are 60 columns are given, sir. The data set consists of some 60 or 50 columns. 50 columns data is there. Forget about the number of rows. Even 10,000 rows also, 9,000 rows also, or whether it is 1 lakh rows also, logic will remain same. For example, 50,000 rows are 50 columns are there. Out of 50 columns, one of the column is having the missing value. Two columns are having the some outliers. Two columns. Three columns are having the duplicates. Now, how to remember these things? For example, this column is having this problem. This column is having this problem. How to remember? The moment I observe, after observing, everything we can't keep in the brain now. Okay, if you keep also, for that particular day, you can remember. Second day, you can remember. But the project will last for how many months? 3 months. For 3 months, we can't remember now. Then how to miss everything? What are the data exploration we are doing now? For every line of code, what are the line of code you are going to write in the Jupyter notebook? For every line of code, some output will be given. The Jupyter notebook will give the some output. What are the, for example, you have written the df.isNull.sum. What is meant by df.isNull.sum? Example of this. What is the, this, whenever you have written like this, df.isNull.sum. What is the meaning of this one, guys? It is going to give the missing values in the each column. In every column, how many missing values are there, you are going to get. So the output is nothing but missing values. What are the missing values are there? Missing values in each column. Okay, this one is the output. Now, how you are going to get the output? For example, I have taken one data. I have loaded one data. Just give me a minute. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Guys, could you please confirm me? Done. Now, let's discuss this one. So within the data cleaning, sorry guys, in between it was disconnected and it has reconnected again. Okay. Now, so here we are having the data set like this. I'm just choosing one small data, and in this data where I'm having the 9 records. Okay, I'm creating a 9 records data set with the customer ID having 1 to 9 and age of the person along with the gender. What are the gender of the person? Now in this, first I'm going to check the wrong data. What are the wrong data is there? First I'm going to observe the wrong data. To observe the wrong data, first I'm going to take the for I in the column. What are the age column is there? I'm going to consider the age column, and within the age column, any wrong values are there, miss? Yes, there are some wrong values are available. What is the wrong values, miss? It is 20 plus. Now I'm going to separate the wrong data. What are the wrong data I have observed here? First, I want to separate that. How to separate, miss? Here we are going to use the for. Okay. Yeah, Dharmendra, I'm explaining once more. One more time, I'm just explaining. Okay, here what are the wrong data we are having? First, you are going to separate the wrong data. How to separate the wrong data from the given data, miss? First, you are going to set the column. In that column, what are the unique values? To list. In this, whichever the data type is not in the int or float. Why? Because age should be either int or float. Since the age is not in the int or float, means it will be considered as wrong data. Now I'm going to separate the wrong data like this. Okay. So first I'm going to observe whether wrong data is available or not. Yes, here there is some wrong data. What is the wrong data? Means 20 plus. That is the wrong data. Here, what are the age is there? Na? Age of the persons are 15, 18, 18, 19.4, 20 plus, 15, 15, something we are having. But here we are having the wrong data of 20 plus. This is how we are going to check the wrong data was given in the given data or not. Second, how to separate the wrong data? How to separate the wrong data means here I'm going to take df of age is in the list. List means this one. Here I have stored the wrong data, wrong values here na. So whichever the wrong values are there, it is going to separate them. So wherever the wrong values like 20 plus or something is there na, wherever the wrong values are available, it is going to separate them. So it is going to separate by using the df of age is in the list. So like this, I'm going to separate the wrong data. So what are the wrong data we are having? Okay. Next, so within this wrong data, for example, since I'm having the here number of records are only 9 records, in this 9 records, you have got something like this, which is visible very clearly 20 plus. But when you are trying to load the 10,000 records data or 10 lakh records data, what are the data set size you are loading? In this also, first we are going to apply the for loop only. And in that for loop, whichever the values are not the data type of this one, that will be separated. That data will be separated. Now, when the data was separated like this, what are the data was separated? Now here you are going to have the list of wrong values. So this L consists of what? Wrong values list. So now I'm going to separate the data by using the is in operator. Is in list of values. So here you are going to get the all the records out of 10 lakh records. How many records are having the wrong data? All the records will be separated. Maybe 5 records, maybe 10 records, maybe 10,000 records also will be separated. Now after separating the data, now first we have to ask the backend team whether they are having the original data or not. Now to ask with the backend team, what is the first option for doing the treatment? After observing what I have told you, treat. Now to do the treatment, wrong data treatment, first priority always goes with the clean replace with the original data. First option. Okay, option number 1. What is the option number 1, miss? Option 1 is ask the backend team and replace with the original values. Replace with original values. Now, in order to replace with the original values, we have to contact the backend team. How you are going to contact? Means, for example, you are going to get the list of records. Let's take the list. You are having the 5th record, 80th record, 100 record, 250 record. Like this, you are having the list of records. What are the list of records you are having? With the wrong data, you are having some list. How you are going to ask the backend team? So here we are going to ask our backend team. First, within the wrong data, what are the wrong data records are there? In that, we are going to identify the column which has the all the unique values. A column which has unique values like customer ID. Okay, one of the column will be there. There'll be one column which has the unique values. That particular column, using that one, here we are going to separate the records which are having the wrong data. Now, which customer ID is having the wrong data, miss? Customer ID number 5. Now let's try with one more example. Here only, instead of selecting this one, okay, this one, I'm going to select like this, dot, dot, dot. Okay, some value. Let's take an example like this. Now total how many missing values are there? I mean, how many wrong data are there? 2. Which are the 2 records? Record number, customer ID number 5, customer ID number 8. So first I'm going to separate the records which are the customer IDs having the wrong data. Now I'll ask my backend team that customer ID number 5, customer ID number 8, their ages are in the wrong. Whether are you having the original data with you or not, I will ask my backend team. If my backend team confirms me that there is no original data with us, that we are also having the same data, miss, then second priority I'm going to give to the replace with the statistical measure. Okay, first priority is what? Replace with the original values. To replace with the original values, we have to ask our backend team. How you are going to contact your backend team, miss? By observing this one. Okay, done. Now, so here, first you are going to have the statistical measure replacement. You have to do the statistically replace the values. How you have to replace statistically? Miss, first option, you are having the here customer ID number 5, customer ID number 8. So what is the index numbers of customer ID 5 and customer ID 8, miss? 4 and 7. You can see that 4 and 7 clearly here, index names. So I'm going to use the df.log. Log. Why? Because index names I'm going to use. What are the index names, miss? List of index names 4, 7. These are the names. And what about the rows? Which row I'm going to select? What is the row name? The column name? Age. The column name is age. So this one 20 plus and dot, dot, dot. Now I want to replace. How I have to replace with this? I want to replace with the mean value or median value, some other value or my own value. So just you are going to try to replace them. You already know how to replace in the pandas. So same logic I'm going to apply and I'm going to replace. So to replace with the statistical measure, first I'm going to calculate that value. So here df of age column, what are the age column is there? Dot mean. First I'm going to calculate the mean value. It is going to give me the mean value first. Now here, when I'm trying to ask the mean value, it is throwing the error that here in the given data set, you are also having the string where we cannot apply the mean value. So since it is unable to apply the mean value, what are the mean value or anything? So here we are going to skip NA. What are the numerical only is equal to true. Means whichever the numerical data is there, I'm going to consider only the numerical data. Non-numerical data, ignore. Ignore the non-numerical data. So, series. Okay. So here, I'm going to consider the mean value. What are the mean value is there? I'm going to take the mean value for the given column. One minute. df of age, okay, dot mean. We are going to take the mean. Now, whenever we are considering the mean, it is throwing the error. Here we are having the options like first one is called as access. Second one is called as skip NA. What is meant by skip NA is it is going to skip what are the uh, whatever the values we are having, like non-missing values. Whichever the missing values are there, missing values it will ignore. Skip NM is not available. Skip NM is ignore the missing values. That is the meaning. Now here I'm going to consider the only numerical values only. So it has to consider the Boolean value, which is default is false, where here it is going to consider only the float and int and Boolean columns. It will not be implemented for the series. So here I'm going to take the df dot mean. In the df dot mean, I'm going to consider numeric only is equal to true. So now for the customer ID, it has calculated 5.0. Why? Because calculated for the 5.0 only for this miss, because it is having the numerical values. Whereas this particular column has the some string objects. So that is the reason it is not considering. Now, then in that case, how to calculate the mean value? How to calculate miss? Here we are having the another option. What is the another option miss? Make a note of this one clearly. Just a minute. My system is getting hang. So here I'm going to consider, how I'm going to consider means df dot drop. Okay, I'm dropping the index. What are the index is equal to 4 comma 7. These are the index names. Sir, here index only two values are there. Okay, but if you are having the more number of rows, then in that case, how you are going to get that index names? For example, 4 comma 7, you can write easily. For example, around 100 rows are there. Problem na. In that case, simply write the dot index. Dot index will give you the index names, list of index names. If you want to convert to list means convert to list like this. So you're going to get the index names where you are having the wrong data. These are the index names. This is the customer ID where the wrong data is available. This is the index names where the wrong ID is available. Now here I'm going to drop the index comma 4 comma 7. This one copy and paste here. Once you copy and paste, automatically the df is going to drop now. After dropping, now the 4 comma 7 will be dropped. After dropping that one, now balance records. What are the balance records are there? In this, I'm going to consider the age column. Now I'm going to take the age column. For that age column, I'm applying the mean. Now what is the mean value? 17.2 is the mean value. Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone? So after dropping the wrong data, with the original data only, calculate the mean. Now what are the mean value I have calculated? Here I'm going to replace this value. What are the 17.2 is there now? 17.2 I'm going to write here. And like this, I'm going to replace the values. After replacing the values, now if you click on the df, now you can see here 17.2, 17.2. Sir, for example, if I'm having the original data, assume I have received the original data, then what I have to do? If you have received the original data, then you have to take the same df.ilog And here you have to write the original data. What are the original data is there? Like 20 plus. 20 plus means I'm going to write the original data is 20. And second person original data is 18. So I'm going to fill the values like this. In this way, I'm going to fill with the original data. So this is the way to fill with the original data. Fill with original data. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Understood up to here? Anyone has any questions? Yes. df.drop is not deleting the records forever. Exactly. Unless we store now, it will not store. It will not store. So for replacing the data, it is mandatory. Here, first question. How we can know the original data? Guys, first everyone make a note of this step by step. Write this one clearly in the notes. One more time. First, wrong data. You have to observe. Okay. Anyone has questions in the observation? How to observe the wrong data? Observe wrong data. How to observe? Everyone is having any doubt? And you are going to get the list of wrong values. You are going to get a list of wrong data. Up to here, everyone is fine? Anyone has any question up to getting the list of wrong data? No, na? Up to here, everyone is fine? Yes or no? Only up to here. Again, I am explaining. I want in this way. Yes? Done. After observing, next you are going to separate. How to separate the wrong data means we are going to use the, for the given column, what are the column we are applying for that particular column, dot is in, inside that we are going to provide this list. What are this list is there? That list we are going to provide here. And it will be separated. Up to here, everyone is okay? Separation, everyone is fine? Anyone has any questions? Separation, up to separation is fine? Again, everyone, please confirm up to here. Separation. Okay, done. Now, here assume you have got the total wrong records, 100 records. 100 records have wrong data. Let's take an example. 100 records, not one or two, 100. 100 records are there. Now, how to get the, in order to get the index names. What are the index names are there? Index names of the 100 wrong data records. 100 records. What are the index names are there? What are the index name? Assume total 10,000 records are there. Total how many? 10,000 records. In that 10,000 records, I want the index names of these 100 records where you are having the wrong data. How to get those index names means here, wherever the wrong data is there, dot index dot to list. So these are the list of index names. List of index names where you are having the wrong data. To get the list of index names where you have wrong data. Up to here, fine? Index names. Everyone is clear? You are going to get the index names, list of index names. What are the index you are having the wrong data, everything you are going to get. Up to here, okay. This will give dot index. Up to here, what are you are having? Just added dot index. Dot index will give the index names. Dot to list will give the list of index names. List. Now you have got the list of index names. After getting the list of index names, now first what you are going to do is to ask the backend team. You have to ask the backend team. How you are going to ask the backend team is you are going to send a question that These are the list of index names where we are having the wrong data. And those, they are going to give the original data. If they provide, first, what you have to do? Send a mail to backend team stating these index names. What are the index names you are having? These index names records, these records. Okay, these records have wrong data. These records have the wrong data. You are going to ask the backend team. Point is clear, everyone? So based on the index names, you are going to ask the backend team. So these records are having the wrong data. Okay. Now here, which are the wrong, if you want to separate the data. So this one only now, wrong data set is this one only, right? If you want to separate them, store in a new df1. If you are interested to store, create a this one, Vamsi. This wrong data, whatever you are having now, it can be stored in the df1. Now df1 consists of what? Wrong data. What are the wrong data is there? It will consist of that. Clear? Now you are going to send a mail to the backend team that this is the problem. Now after sending the backend team the problem, now the backend team is going to respond. Okay. The response will be like this. Two options will be there in the response. One, we have original data. Two, we don't have original data. What are the responses there? In the response, we have the two options. We have original data. We don't have the original data. Either your backend team will say this one or this one out of these two one. Either they'll say we are having the original data. For example, they concluded original data. Now you are going to replace. How to replace? df.ilog. Inside this, what are this list of index names are there na? Let me store this list of index names in the L is equal to, some L is equal to. I'm going to write here L. That list as is L, I'm going to write here L, comma, age column. Column name is this one. What are the column they have given? Right side, I'm going to fill with the original data. What are the original data is there? I'm going to fill with the original data. If they clearly say that this is the problem, I'm going to fill that. No, if they have not given this one, in that second case, what I'm going to do? Second case, I'm going to replace with the mean or median. Replace statistically. Replace with mean or median. I'm going to replace. Points are clear? Everyone. If original data was given, we'll replace with original data. If original data was not given, we are not going to replace with the original data. Right? So only backend team only confirm. We don't have original control on the original data. Is that right? Exactly. Venugopal. Who collected the data? You collected or someone has collected? First tell me who collected, who has given you the data? Who collected, who has given the data? You only taken the data, miss, you are responsible. Someone has shared the data for you, miss, how you will be responsible? Point is clear? For example, I only collected the data from the website. Then who is responsible for the collection of, wrong data? Who is responsible? Who collected that person? Maybe he has collected correctly or he has collected wrongly. We don't know now. Points are clear now? Everyone. So like this, we are going to fill the data. Everyone is clear now? If response was given, replace with original data. Response was not given, replace with the mean or median. How to replace with the original data, miss? Obviously, we know now. Replace with original data. What are the values they will provide? We have to write the values one by one, one by one. What are the values are there? We have to write those values. How many wrong values are there? That many we have to fill. For example, they have not given. We are going to replace with the mean or median. And even you don't want this one also. Why only iLog we use? Not iLog, it is log, guys. Sorry, it is log. Index names. My mistake. It is not iLog, it is log. Index names. Because here we have got the index names now. What are the index names we have got now? So we are using the index names here. Index names. Since we have got here the index names, we are using the index names only. This is names. We got the index names from here. Point is clear? Now let's try with a small example, everyone, with by loading some data set. Okay. Now let us try separately. Simultaneously, let us do. Because generally, I will not do like this in the other batches. Since some of the students are getting confused or something. So just let us try. What's wrong in that? Let's try with the small data. Now here, I'm taking the tips data set. This is the tips data set which I'm having. Okay. Just I'm loading the tips data set here. Now, everyone make a note of this one clearly. Now, in the tips data set, okay, observe this one clearly. Okay, so here I'm going to here the values. I'm going to remove the sum of the values. Okay, like in the total bill, I'm going to remove this one as dot dot dot. Somewhere this one as question mark, and this one is string 15.42, something like this. And this one I'm going to give the some SRK, something like this. I have given some records randomly. I have chosen. I also don't know. Okay, let's assume this is the data. Okay, now for this data, we have to do the cleaning. Total how many records are there? And some other data also, let us try. List this data also, let us try here. Some special is there, something is there. We don't know. What is that also? We don't know. Something is there. And here some values are there like this. Okay, randomly I have created the data. Now, what are the data I have chosen? Okay, let us try with this data only. Okay, now I'm trying to load this data here. To load this data, just I'm going to click on the new, and within the new, and I'm going to import the pandas as PD. And I'm going to read this file. What are the read pd dot read underscore Excel. And inside the Excel, I'm going to give the path. So here, what are the path is there? Just I'm going to give the path, this entire path from here to here. Copy and paste. I'm going to provide the path. Along with the path, I also have to add the file name. That is nothing but tips.xlxx. This is the name. And here I'm writing the R. Let me cross check. Oh, okay, right. It is loading the data. Done. df is equal to, now I'm going to store in the df. Done. Now first I'm going to observe. First, wrong data is there or not? How I can know first? I'm going to take the df.info. In the info, total bill, it is showing that total bill is in the object format. which should be either int or float because it is a numerical. Bill means number, some money. Money should be in the int or float. It is wrong. So I understood that some wrong data is there. Now I'm going to cross check myself. How I'm going to cross check means df of total bill. What are the total bill column is there na? This bill column, total bill column, I'm going to take here dot unique values. I'm just observing the unique values. Now, when I have observed here unique values, multiple values are there. How to identify particularly dot dot where is there? Like this, I have to see 1111. Oh, here the problem is there. Here the problem. Like this, I can't see manually now, one by one. And that too, it is small data. We can see for 10 lakh records. How I can see? I cannot see. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to convert to list. To list. After converting this one to list, here I'm going to take for I in, okay, and type of I. If type of I not in, okay, int comma float. Either it should be in the int or float. If it is neither int or float, in that case, I'm going to append L dot append of I. Okay, L dot append of I. L or WD. Let's give the WD. WD means wrong data. My meaning of WD means wrong data. And I'm going to check the any wrong data is available or not. Done. Yes, some wrong data is available. Now, next point. Here I'm going to write in the observations. How I can remember this one? I can't remember. As earlier, Dharmendra has asked this question. During this point only, unless in between internet got disconnected. Okay, here whenever we have observed for each and every column, we can't keep every point in the mind. So here I'm going to write the observation. Here I'm writing the observation. What is observation means? There are some wrong values available in total bill column. Within the total bill column, some wrong values are available. Where I'm going to write? In the Jupyter notebook only I will write as an observation. Like this, whatever the observation I have done, every observation I'm going to write in the markdown. Note. I will write everything because I'm at the end of the project, I'm going to execute at least 400 to 500 cells. By end of machine learning project, the moment we start the machine learning end-to-end project in the companies, by the time the moment we start the first line of code to last line of code, it takes almost 500 to 600 minimum cells. I'm not saying the lines of code, cell only. Here cell number is 7 is there na? Like that 600 cells we are going to execute approximately. Okay. So when I'm going to execute that many cells, that too the project will not be completed in the single day. So it is going to take the multiple days. So whatever I have observed today, I can remember for today. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after 10 days, if you ask me the question, from where I have to remember? If I write everything like this, my observations, okay, here I have observed some wrong values. What are those wrong values? I'm going to separate now. How to separate? Within the total bill, what are the total bill column is there? Within the total bill column, dot is in WD. WD means wherever the wrong data is there, those records will be separated like this. These are the records. So where the wrong data is available, these are the records. Records of wrong data. Is the point is clear? If integer values, then it will show in the int only. Yes. Other than, for example, as Dharmendra is asking again the question, sir, for example, in the gender column, let's take the gender column. In the gender column, you are having the some int value. Means within the categorical, some int value is there. This is wrong data within the gender. In the gender, it is considered as wrong data. Then how to observe? Okay. Now, here also, same logic. For example, here you are having the wrong data. How you are going to observe the wrong data? Miss, already I told you now. In the data exploration, you are going to observe all the unique values for the each column. I'm going to observe what is the unique values now? Dot unique. When I observe the dot unique, automatically here I can observe whether the wrong data is available or not. Yes or no? For example, what is the column name? Gender. So I'm using the gender. Here I have observed that female and male 2. Obviously wrong data I have observed now. I told you now already, for every column you have to apply the unique. I'm showing for one of the column. You have to apply for remaining columns. In the data set 50 columns are there, means 50 you have to apply the same logic. 100 columns are there, means 100 you have to apply same logic. I'm showing for one of them. You have to apply for remaining of them. Point is clear, Dharmendra? Day column, whether the like a day column or whether the day column also same only, na? Here, what is meant by day column? Day means Sunday, Saturday, this one only, right? You know how to observe the unique values? In the observe of unique values, for example, dates are there 1, 2, 3, 4, like this up to 31. Other than 31, any number is there that is called as wrong data only, right? Dharmendra, you are saying the date column, date means 1 to 31, right? Any number other than 1 to 31 is there is considered as wrong data. Okay, clear? Now, so here we are going to separate the wrong data like this. Okay, after separating, now I have to contact my backend team. Here some wrong data are there. Okay, now I want to contact. How to contact? How I have to tell them? In my data set, some wrong values are there. Okay, they'll ask which records. For example, if I say one of the student phone number is wrong was entered, which student? We have to tell the student details now. Then only they'll observe, right? Which student? So here, what are the wrong records are there? Miss, these are the wrong records. How to separate the wrong records? Miss, I'm going to ask my backend team based on the index names. So here I'm going to observe the index names. How to get the index names, miss? Just here I'm going to write the dot index. What happened? Yeah, online students, just wait for another 1 minute. Here some problem. Reload the browser. Okay. Done. So here I'm having the some wrong data. Now what are the wrong data is there? First I'm going to get the index names. Dot index. Dot to list. So now which are the index names, miss? 1, 6, 12, 17, 38 and 43. So these are the index names where I'm having the wrong data. Now I'm going to ask my backend team that for these index names, we are having the wrong data. Now, but how the backend team knows those are the index numbers? Those are the index numbers. How they know? It is not possible now. So they don't know that one now. So here I have to select one column. How to select that one single column? If I give like this, they'll say that what is meant by index names. My backend team don't know what is meant by index names. My backend team is not completely from the Python background, or they might not be familiar with the pandas or anything. So then in that case, what I'm going to do is here in this particular data set, there should be one of the column which consists of unique values. Is there any column which consists of all the unique values? Is there any column? So in the total bill, you are having the multiple values. In the gender, male, females are there, something is there. No smoker and like this. We are not having a column which consists of all unique values. Here I'm going to have like this. I'm going to create one column called as ID. In this ID, we are going to keep the numbers 1 to like this, all the numbers. So till the last numbers, we are going to keep like this. Now every record is having the separate only now. Separate number only now. Is that clear now? Yes or no? Now, so here, whichever the column is having in that way, all the unique values, that particular column only we have to give to your backend team. So now to the backend team, instead of providing these numbers, I have to provide the, okay, instead of providing these numbers, I have to provide the, not this one. We have to provide what? So here I have to provide the 2, 7, 13, 18, 39 and 44. These numbers I have to provide. I have to provide these numbers, not this one. I have to provide this one. So to provide that one, what to do? Miss, here within the wrong data, what are the wrong data set you are having? In this, you are going to select the column name called as ID. Okay, so within the wrong data only, not entire data set, guys. Within the wrong data set, ID column. And this ID column, I'm going to convert to list. Now, which are the customer IDs are having? Which are the IDs are having the wrong data, miss? Which are the customers are having the wrong IDs? 2 customers, 7 customer, 13. These numbers I'm going to send to my backend team. Not this one. If I send this one, they will send the information what is meant by index name. We don't know what is meant by index names. We don't know what is meant by index numbers. You are working with the Python, you are working with the pandas, so you know what is meant by index names, you know what is meant by index numbers, everything. But we don't know that. What we know is customer ID number 2 is having the problem, customer ID number 7, customer ID number 13, 18, 39 and 44. So to my backend team, I'm going to send these are the list of numbers where we are having the problem. Now my backend team is going to respond. What is the response they are going to give, miss? The response they are going to give like this. Yes, SRK, we have observed the customer ID 2 has paid $8.72. Customer ID 2 and customer ID 7 has paid 9.16. 13. Here 15.42 is an extra, this course has been 15.42 only. The value is 15.42. Whereas customer ID number 18 has paid the money of 20.37. Customer ID 39 has paid 14. 44 has paid the 54. This much they have paid. This is the information I have received from the backend team like this. This is the ID. This is the total bill amount which they have paid. Original data. I have received the original data from the backend team. Now what I have to do? I have to replace. How I have to replace with original data? Replace with original data. Now once I have received the original data like this, I'm going to replace by using the df.log. Inside the log, I have to give the index names. Index names already I have identified. What is the index names, miss? These are the index names. Copy and paste here. Comma. Sir, for example, less number are there, copy and paste you have done. For example, more are there. Then in that case, what you are going to do? I will write this one in the N. Now, what are the list is there? Na? The list was stored inside the N. That N only I'm going to write here. Simply I will write N. Now, even 100 records are there, 500 records are there, also not a problem now. Simply I will write the N. Now, what are the N is there? Comma, what is the column name? Total bill. So, total bill. So in this particular rows and in this particular columns, I have to replace with the original data. What is the original data was given? First value is 8.72. What is the second value was sent? 9.16, 15.42, 20.37, 14, 54. Like this, they have sent the information and I'm going to replace the values. After replacing, now I'm going to click on the DF. Now DF will be filled with the original data. I want to cross check whether the DF was filled with the original data or not. So here I'm going to extract the data. Yes, it was filled. So wherever the values are there, just all the values are filled with the original data. Like this, it is filled with the original data. Left side, how many values are there? Right side, that many values. Right? If sequence was changed in the provided data, what are the provided data? They have changed the sequence. You have to keep in the sequence. You have to write in the sequence. For example, 44 they have given in the top. You write in the first in the order. Just what are the data they are going to provide now? This will be provided automatically in the Excel sheet. Keep them in the ascending order or descending order of your choice. Okay. For example, you have received the data like this. From where you will receive? From the backend team. How they are going to share the backend team? Obviously in the Excel sheet they'll share. So they are going to share the ID number and total bill amount. What are the total bill amount is that they are going to share like this. 2 with 8.72 followed by 44. They have sent the 44 with the 54 and they have shared the 39 with the 14 and 18 with 20.37 and 7. They have given the 7 customer ID has paid 9.16. 13 has paid the 15.42. Like this, they have shared the information. Now just you keep in the ascending or descending order of your choice. You know how to keep in the ascending or descending, na? Just you are going to click on this, click on the shortest to largest. Automatically it will be sorted. They will provide already in the Excel sheet. They will provide. It is not your work. They will provide, right? Is the point is clear? Venugopal, even 10 lakh records, you are working with the 10 lakh records. Out of 10 lakh records, around 10,000 records are having the wrong data. 10,000 records are having the wrong data. If you want to replace with the original miss, same process. You want the more accuracy for the future miss, same process. For example, let's take in the Naresh IT only. In the Naresh IT, last year we have trained in the Naresh IT in the all the batches around 5,000 students we have trained. In all the batches, not only Gen AI, not only data science or anything, overall 5,000 students. Out of 5,000 students, 100 students, phone numbers are missing. Now tell me what I have to do in this case. Should I fill with all the 100 students phone numbers with my own phone number? Or should I fill with the original phone number? What I have to do? You tell me. Around 1,000 students missing. 2,000 students missing. 3,000 students missing. What we have to do? You tell me. Venugopal. Out of 5,000, 3,000 students. Right? So first possibility always we have to fill with the original data. What is the purpose? Sir, if I don't fill with the original data, what happens? Then why to collect the phone number only? Why you have collected the phone number? There should be some purpose, na? You are storing that phone number or you are collecting the phone number means what is the purpose? That purpose only not solved means then what is the use of storing the data? For example, these 3,000 phone numbers I have stored with the one phone number called as 912345678 My work will be completed just in one line. But what is the use of with that data? One line code is completed. What is the use? Point is clear? There should be some use now. Lines of code is important or time is important or accuracy is important means accuracy will be more important. Okay, if you want with the original data, then automatically the same steps. No, sir, for me data is important, but no need of original data, something is also okay, miss. Okay, for example, my backend team has given the reply like this. No original data with us. What are the data is there with us? We have shared to you. There is no separate data with us. No original data. We are also having the same wrong data with us. Then what I have to do in that case? For the total bill only, everything were wrong is available, it seems. What I have to do in this case? There is no data. Yes? Venugopal, exactly. That is the right question. Why I'm asking like this, miss? If we have lakhs of wrong data, it takes time consuming to replace that one. Obviously. Then in that case, simply remove the data. If you are having that much of huge amount of data, remove the wrong data and work only with the original data. Point is clear? Done? Remove them. Simply remove them. You say that to the client also, you say the same thing. To your manager also, you say the same thing. Since we are having the wrong data, it is not useful for our analysis. So I have just removed them. Simple. You have given the justification, a proper justification, right? So here, when you are not having the original data, either we are going to replace or we are going to remove. Replace what? Replace statistically. Statistically means either with mean or median. Because it is a numerical data. Either remove. You know how to remove. How to remove means simply we are going to use the df.drop. Inside that, index is equal to all the list of index names. Already we have stored the list of index names where n. Write that n only here. And that records automatically will be dropped. What are the 6 records are there? It will be dropped. Balance 244 records will be there. Is the point is clear? For which one? For phone numbers and account numbers, something we cannot use. That is the reason I told you now, common sense we have to apply. Where we have to apply, in which case we should not apply the statistics, everything based on the column name and that column name meaning. Common sense, as I've told you, right? That is the reason. Is the points are clear? In every case, we can't go with the mean. In every case, we cannot go with this. What is that n? N means nothing but list of index names. What are the index names are there? All of them I have stored in the n. Simply I have stored in the n, variable name n. List, temporary variable I have stored. Clear? How to work with the wrong data, everyone? Wrong data is there means unique values, not outliers, unique values. You have to observe the unique values. You have to decide the wrong data or anything based on the unique values. So as I've told you, for one column in the previous class, in the data exploration, I told you clearly what are the things you have to observe in the sequential order. Before coming to the data cleaning, what you have to do before to this? Before to this, what you have to do? Open your notes. Before data pre-processing, what is the step I have told you? Steps involved in the ML project. In that steps, what are the steps are there? Before doing the data cleaning, what is there? Data exploration. In the data exploration, what you are going to observe? That is the reason for every project we have to come in the sequential order. Otherwise, zigzag means this one only is the problem. Okay. First we have to observe, later we have to do the cleaning. Without observing, without knowing anything, we cannot do the cleaning. Just go through the steps involved in the project. The moment you load the data like this, immediately don't come to the data cleaning. Sequential order only. Whether it is a small example, whether it is a big example, whether it is a big size project, small size project, what are the case? Sequential order is important. Sir, after the class, I want to practice, sir. Practice. Take one small data set, but for the small data set also come in the sequential order. You only create one Excel sheet. For randomly, you only create in your mind whatever is there, something. You are working at Naresh IT, or you are working in one company, you are working in the Amazon, you are working in the Flipkart. According to you, in your brain, some example will be there. Na? For that example, you write the some values. Randomly, you only write the some values, 10 records. You create 10 records. And in that 10 records, some of them wrongly, you only fill. Sir, if I receive like this, what happens? You only create the data. One data set was created with the some certain columns and certain rows you have created. After creating the data set, what are the data set you have created with the column names? Inside that, you only write the values. In your brain, what are the values are there? Sir, if I get like this, if I get like this, write that one. For all these things, what we require? Business problem. In which case, don't take the data randomly. Sir, in Naresh IT, this would be there, na? Sir, in this organization, this would be there, na? In your brain, something is there, na? Sir, experience. Experience means where? In the companies. Okay, this is company data. That business problem also required for us. Don't apply blindly like that. Sir, I will take some column name XYZ, sir. In this XYZ, something, something is there, sir. Then answer also something, something only, sir. Don't create like that base without having anything. So write some example in your mind. Sir, there is Naresh IT where student ID is there. Some student ID. And the course name. What are the course name they have registered? What is the trainer name? Or what is the phone number? Something like this. Example. You are going to write student name. Sir, in this wrong values are there. What to do? Now, what are the data we are having? First, load the data. After loading the data, what I have told you? In the sequential order. First, data understanding. Column names. Each column, what are the unique values? Like that, you do everything. Then finally come to the whatever the wrong data you have observed, stop there. Now you think now question. Sir, here in the Naresh IT, some of the students course name is not available. What I have to do? Stop here. Simply creating one data set in the short, I want the question, I want the answer, miss. It is not possible. Then only doubts will be more, never the concept will be more clear. Create one data set of your choice. Come in the sequential order of the project. What are the order I have given? Do in that order. After doing that order, now you observe the some wrong values automatically. Now start thinking with your brain. In this case, what we have to do? Now automatically your brain says something. So here some of the student names are missing. Can we replace with random data? Or all the student names we can fill with the same value? Or each student name we have to create separately? Your brain will tell automatically the answer. According to that, you are going to fill that values. Points are clear, guys? Everyone understood? And here, while practicing, most of the students will do the common mistake is randomly they'll think one example in a brain. Sir, this one is there, sir. In this something is there, sir. What to do, sir? Which is wrong completely. They don't know what is column name. They don't know what is internal values. They don't know anything. And they'll not come in the project also sequential order. Directly they want to the third step only, which is wrong. Whenever you are entering in the third step, first you should know first step, what is second step, then only third step. So to do like that extra half an hour time, you are dedicating the extra time only for your career, guys, not for me or for others. You want the subject, you want the salary, you want to get the job, you want to get the high pay. You want. So you only have to spend the time, obviously. For your salary, others will not spend the time, na? Remember this. You only have to spend the time. You only have to apply the logic and you have to observe. Points are clear, everyone? So just create one small data. Of course, I will share from my end task also, but the task will be shared after explaining all these things. So I have just told you the wrong data only, but wrong data type duplicates also I have to tell you now. After explaining all these things, I will share one example from my end. I will share one data set and I will ask you to do that complete data cleaning on that. Then you have to provide the data cleaning. Is the points are clear? Now, next, coming to the next one. Okay, here we are having the mail. Instead of mail, one mail is caps lock. Now, when I have observed the unique values for this particular column, this concept is completed. Now, when I'm going to work with the second column, that is gender, what are the gender column is there? In the gender dot unique. When I have observed the unique values of the gender, here I have observed the one caps lock male is there, one small male is there. Now I want to replace because both of them has to be brought into the same, because caps lock male or small male, anything is same only finally. Okay, sir, here two options are there for you. Option number one, df of gender within the gender dot replace is the function name. Function name is called as replace. In the replace, you are going to take the dictionary. In the dictionary, first you have to write the old one, old name. What is the old name you are having? In the value, you have to write the new one. So wherever the old one is there, the old one will be replaced with the new value. So this one will be replaced with this one within the gender column, within the gender column. And like this, it is going to replace. So now wherever the earlier small male is there, that small male was changed to caps lock male. And if you want to store this one, left side, you are going to write equal to. Then it will be stored. Now, if you print the df, now automatically here caps lock male will be there. Or again, cross check. What are the unique values are there? Let's cross check. Now in the cross check, when you observe, what is the unique values are there? Only caps lock male and this one. Let's try with one more example. Okay, one more. So here I'm going to take the small male. Okay, this is caps lock MALE. Everything caps lock. Everything caps lock. And this male, what are this male is there now? This one I'm going to consider like this. MA caps lock L caps lock E. Like this is there. Now my data consists of in this way, variety. Now when I observe the unique values, can you see small male is there? Caps lock male is there? MAL is there. But these three of them comes under single category for me. But multiple are there. Now what I have to do? So here I can take the small male into this one. Second, comma, this one also. What are this one is there? This one also I can take here. And this one also has to be converted. What are this one is there? This one also has to be converted to MALE. And followed by this one also. What are I'm having this one? This one also I'm going to convert as MALE. Like this, I'm going to write. Now everything will be converted as caps lock M, small a, LE. Everything will be come under single category now. So like this, we can replace. This is one way. This is one way to replace. This is one way. Second way is, okay, one more way. We are having the one more way. What is that one more way, miss? Here, I'm going to take the df dot gender. What are the gender column is there? Dot str dot lower. Lower means everything will be converted to lower case. Okay, so df of gender is equal to df of gender dot lower. So everything will be converted to lower case. This is one more way. So like this also we can do. Dot lower, dot upper, dot title, whichever you are interested. So that everything will be in the same format. Either you can use the replace method or you can use this method. Two options are available with you. Choice is yours. Whichever the choice you are interested, you can go with that. Right? Yes. So just I'm going to convert everything to lowercase or everything to uppercase or everything to title. Title. Dot title. So in dot title, first letter will be caps lock, remaining letters will be small letter. Is the point is clear? So this is the way or this is the way. Either you can use this one or you can use this one. Choice is yours. Okay. Sir, which one is best? Some cases this replace function will be used. In some cases this will be used. I cannot say that this is the best one. Okay, it's all depends on the again data. Sir, most of the times you are saying commonly one sentence. What is the sentence you are using, miss? It's all depends on the data. Depends on data. It depends on data. This word you are using more number of times, sir. Yes. Why, miss? Because varieties of data are there in the market. Every data set will not work in the same way. Now tell me, in the application form, you have seen the multiple application forms now while filling the application, or even in the Instagram also, or somewhere. They'll ask the one gender column. In the gender, they will give like this. One box will be given. Some people will give the box. Some people will give the same thing by giving the side one arrow mark. In this, you'll have the male, female, and others. Like this, it will be there. Now you are going to select out of these three any one. Male means male, female means female, any one. But here, you can even write the small m. You can only write the caps lock m. You can write MALE. Like this, you can write what are the ways you are interested. But whereas here, if they have given the drop down option, this we call it as drop down. So whenever they have given the drop down option for you, can you select other than these three, other category can you select? Is there any option? If you type here MALE, whether it will accept? No, it will throw the error. Out of these three only you have to accept. Why some websites are having these options? Why some websites will not ask that one also? Miss, it's all depends. So whenever the website was designed in this way without the drop down option, there is a high possibility of getting the wrong data in the gender column, because one student will write only M. He will not even write the complete full form. Some students will write man. They will not even write the male also, man. Some people will write why I have to tell you. In the gender, they will write why I have to tell you. Some people will write variety. I also don't know. Sir, who will write, sir? I see. I have seen the data like that. In my career, I have seen the data. Variety people are there in the market. Okay. So every person is not the same, or every person is not the wrong person. Varieties will be there. So automatically it all depends on the data. Is the points are clear? For example, if you are having the website like this, the website which was designed in this way, which is having the markdown option. Now, is there any possibility of getting the wrong data, miss? No possibility, because only three options are there. There is no possibility. Maximum what happens, miss? If it is not star mark, missing value will be there. Least case missing value will be there. But wrong data is not possible. Generally, whichever we are having the categorical variable, every categorical variable, they will give the drop down like this. The reason behind that is to avoid the wrong data. For all the categorical variables, they will give this one. Gender column, education column, whether you are degree, postgraduate degree, or graduate, something. Or they will give with respect to you are staying in the own house or rented house. Whichever you are having the options, they will give that drop down option, maximum. Otherwise, what happens, miss? Variety data will be there. Data cleaning will be difficult. Okay, so that is the reason. Is the points are clear, everyone? So we are having the varieties of data in the market, guys. So you have to try with the different. In your mind, some question will come. If this is the data, wrong is there, what I have to do, sir? Take that question. Load that question. Take one data set. You only create the data set. How much time it will take to create the data set? One Excel sheet. In that Excel sheet, randomly giving some values. How much time it will take? Try with one numerical data, one categorical data, one wrong, something different data. In your mind, something is there, that data, this data, everything. But after creating the data set, first step, what you have to do? Load the data and come in the sequential order of the project. Directly don't enter into the data cleaning. Creating the data set is not a problem. But after loading the data set, first step, what you have to do? Directly cleaning a? No. First data exploration, then only come to the data cleaning. In your example also do the same. What are the example you are practicing after the class also, you have to do the same. Don't forget this. Is the points are clear? From here, we'll continue in the tomorrow's class. And tomorrow we'll complete the data cleaning part. Though it takes slightly time also, don't worry guys. You are going to get the more content only. Don't worry about the time. Some students, they are more excited about the machine learning projects, that project, this project. So rather than completing the projects, how to develop the projects focus. Okay. My main point to be noted is every student. In the class, I'm going to explain some projects now. My projects, if you copy them in your resume means you are called as copy paste worker. Control C, Control V. You are not here for the Control C, Control V. You are here for the future working with the new projects. So you have to work means you have to understand all the concepts. Clear? Done. Yes, everything are available. TensorFlow we are going to discuss in the deep learning. Whenever we enter into the deep learning now, at that time. Done. Others, you can leave.